Maybe as easy as knees bent, feet flat. Or of course you can let your legs start to extend and lengthen out. You can also join feet, let your knees fall wide. And let the arms settle, taking them away from the midline, palms up, shoulders down. Close your eyes if you haven't. And you take a few breaths, sighing it out through the mouth. Maybe a bigger release through a horse breath or two. And then shifting toward an ocean sound eventually. Letting yourself stay with that exhale through the mouth to cool, to calm, to simply let go a little more when you need to. Do you start to stretch, reaching the arms, the legs away from each other. And maybe extend a little more into one side, then the other, pointing or flexing feet. Last breath or two, just being in that easy stretch. And then you roll over to your right, let your left hand come down to the ground. Pushing yourself up. Come to Sukhasana, sit tall. And start to weave in some shoulder rolls, shrugging and releasing when you're ready. Inhaling. And exhaling. Loosening up where you need to. Confronting any soreness or stress. Anything from traveling, etc. And maybe start to arch and round, taking some cat-cows. Or of course you can keep going with those shoulder rolls, mixing it up with any variations. Cat-cow people may be lingering in one phase or the other. Hanging where you need to, breathing in, breathing out. And gradually come back toward a neutral spine. Reach your arms out and up. Integrating all sides to bring your hands straight down to your heart center. And then again, inhale, reach and lengthen, lift through the belly, the heart, maybe your gaze. Exhale, hands toward prayer. One more time, deep breath in. Full breath out. Let your fingertips come in front of you and do start to walk yourself forward. Take a little ebb and flow, lifting and lowering. Or just allow your forehead to settle on your own fists. Maybe on a block or two if they're available and helpful. Sit bones rooting, soften the jaw, the throat. Needs it, your belly, your hips, letting it travel down into your legs and toes. Excuse me, and you can roll or lengthen to bring it all the way up. And big exhale at the top. Switching the crossing, take a few moments. Brighten toes, root down, rebound up, including that shrug of the shoulders. And exhale, let them go. keeping it simple. We're switching it up, reverse direction. Maybe take one shoulder at a time, either way. Bringing your awareness to the quality of your being right now, especially if you're easily distracted. Letting the inhale help you to access prana, oxygen, energy. And letting the exhale help you to clear what needs to go. Arching and rounding, again, a few cat-cows or hanging out in either stage. Finishing up, maybe one more. And then take it all to neutral. Grounding through the sit bones, lift through the belly, the heart, the top of the head. And once again, reach the arms wide. Palms spin up to reach up. Exhale, hands reconnecting. 2 more just like that. Breathing in. Breathing out. Clearing what needs to go last time. And then do let your hands come just in front of you. Take an inhale. Exhale, folding maybe a third of the way to start. Take the inhale. And exhale, keep on going. You can ebb and flow. You can allow the fists to stack. Forehead comes down toward the floor, toward the fists. Sit bones rooting down. Maybe a little length, reaching the crown forward. Softening those spots quick to react, like the face, the jaw, the shoulders. Do let that release travel down into the hips, the toes. Rolling or lengthening, bring it up. Exhale it all out. Coming forward, all fours. So scoot your hands up a bit, scoot your knees back a bit. And just start to circle with me, Sufi grinds. Inhaling, slowly drop the hips. Exhaling, reaching those hips towards your heels. Inhaling forward and around. Exhaling back and around. Continuing one way and then reversing it. Maybe reversing more than once, if that's helpful. Confronting those spots that need it. And then do sit all the way back for child's pose. Let the forehead settle down to the floor, bring the floor to you. Soften those spots that do react. Scanning, notice. And maybe simplify if things start to feel busy or overwhelming. Take one more inhale, one more exhale, just being here. And then inhale up to all fours. Curl your toes, lift your hips, exhale toward down dog. Pedal out your heels. Maybe sway the hips, the ankles. And then allow yourself just to be in that shape for another breath or two. Start to walk hands back to toes. Give your head a little shaky yes. And a little no. And then bend the knees more, start to roll it up gradually. Grabbing at your strap. Go ahead and take it about a yard to a meter apart. Standing tall, deep breath in, you're going to reach your arms up. With springy knees, springy elbows, gradually take your hands back and down. Inhaling, reaching up. Slowly, hands move forward and down. Take a few more on your own. Slowing it down or speeding it up based on what you're feeling. Maybe a little less space or more space between the hands, so you get a good stretch without creating more strain. And this time when the arms reach back, maybe you allow a little twist one way, then the other. Breathing in, breathing out a couple of times, passing through neutral on the inhale. And then arms coming all the way down. Spin your palms back, walk hands a little closer. Shoulder width plus. Take an inhale, lift the heart. Hinging at your hips, exhale, do fold from there. With knees staying springy, maybe look to the right. Reach a little bit more left. And then, of course, looking left, reach a little more right. Still folded, take your inhale, your exhale. Then a flat back, lengthen and lift, taking a breath or two just to come up. Exhale completely. Ditch the strap for now. And from there, do take right arm over left, counterbalancing, eagle bind. You can block your view, palms together, backs of hands press. Pull the elbows forward and up without shrugging the shoulders excessively. Re-brighten fingers, declaw your eagle. And then let them go and switch it up. Checking in, not assuming, maybe it's a little different on this side. Working to create mobility, but not pushing to a place of strain or stress. We don't know always until we do try. So you can push that edge, but be mindful to not go past it. And then we release. Chin comes down to your chest. Start with your easy half circles. Stretching the neck, the traps. Maybe evolve that into a full circle, taking your head back and around. And then forward and around. And if you're going there, do reverse direction. And a little more mobility work here, bringing the chin level with the earth, cross the arms. Take a deep breath in, feel the back, sides, and front. Exhale completely. Switch which hands on top. Take that deep breath once again. And this time initiating some trunk rotations, thoracic circles. Bringing the body forward and around, back and around. Inhaling to arch, exhaling to round. And all the other parts of you were involved, they're not the primary mover. Reverse direction if you didn't. Maybe reverse it more than once. And then finally hands at the hips or just by your side, circling it out. The more obvious hip rotations getting into the lumbar spine. Bigger sometimes is better here, but if there's an area that needs it, really Slow down the circle, maybe take it a little bit smaller, or linger in a certain spot. And then you'll finish up, last breath or two. Moving from here, feet are about shoulder to mat width. Reach the arms out and up. Breathing in, breathing out, scanning. Can you brighten from the toes to the fingers? And once you put in that effort, soften. Balancing Sthira and Sukha, effort and ease. Right hand down toward the right thigh, maybe the upper knee. Left arm moves up and over. No, you could just be in this side stretch. Sometimes it really is plenty. And we'll come back to this first side in a moment. Passing through neutral, switching it up. As mentioned, moving through center and over to first side one. And maybe flowing from there, taking it around. Right hand passes the left. And you continue on your way, maybe getting a little bit more range of motion each time. Inhaling up so we don't get dizzy. Exhaling down. And after you do that 2-3 times, do reverse direction. Knees stay springy. Elbows even a little springy here. Last inhale and exhale if you're moving through it. Coming back to center if you're taking the side stretch on each side. And then you can step, jump, bring feet to hip bone distance. Shrug, release, feel all of that space you've created. Breathing in, breathing out. Now reach your arms all the way up to the sky. Cactus shape, exhale, elbows draw down, chest moves forward and up. Inhale, take your arms toward the sky. Diving forward, hands to the earth. Inhale, chest forward, traps back. Exhale, do fold. Inhale, stand it up, maybe gaze up. Exhaling, hands move to your heart. Take that again, you inhale, you reach. Cactus shape, continuing to create space where you may need it most. Keep the space as you reach. Building on it as you dive. Inhaling, heart forward, shoulders do melt back. Exhaling, maintaining that space around the head and neck, fold. Inhale, root and rise, same idea here, take it up. Exhaling, hands come down, this time the chin follows. Maybe you sigh. And with springy knees, roll yourself down. Taking that calming, cooling, standing fold. Bigger inhale. Bigger exhale. And you can walk it out when you're ready, downward facing dog. Pedaling your heels, swaying your hips and ankles. Maybe coming to the knees, resting in child's pose sooner than later. Scanning your body so you do make it your own. Even if it's just for a few breaths, noticing what you need, moving accordingly.